talk about road tripping and all this pre-planning stuff. I know a lot of people have been watching these shows saying, you don't need to do that much pre-planning. I'll just, pack my gear up and just go the day of. I mean, it's not really that big a deal. I mean, it's just a scenario game. And for all you guys, I say I'm not so sure. One thing that I've learned over the years in the road trip from hell of '94 has taught me this one completely. And that is that you can't really just go to the field and expect it all to just happen. A little bit of forethought, an ounce of prevention, all that other good stuff. That being said, there is one guy who I've met who could actually show up to a game completely naked, and before the first shot is fired, he would have a full kit of gear, and that is the master who I bow to, Charles Holt. Most of you guys have probably never heard of this guy before, and as a matter of fact, I haven't seen him hide nor hair of it in almost 10 years, so if anybody knows exactly who I'm talking about, and you know him or you've seen him, tell him I said hey. The man was a master at the art of the scrounge. He, the kind of thing that Holt brings us up was back at the National Big Game of 1993. Lively Productions kind of threw this big game in '93 down in St. Louis, and it was a big deal. They had a bunch of industry reps there, they had a bunch of tournament teams there. It was a really good time, a really fun game. Really freaking hot, but a lot of fun. Well, Charley got sent there as a representative from Protein Products. At the time they had their mag kits, they had their arms and stuff, all this other good stuff. I'm not entirely certain what happened. I'm a little bit sketchy on the details, it's been a long time, but for some reason, he showed up to the field without his gear. What I think happened was all of his stuff got locked in the pro shop like the day before. So Sunday morning, he shows up to the field, he's got nothing. I don't know how he pulled this off, but somewhere between the gates opening up and the first shot fired, he managed to scrounge an entire kit of playing gear for himself. He borrowed a pair of pants from one guy, he borrowed a pair of goggles from somebody else. I don't know where he got an auto mag, but he pulled an auto mag and an arms and barrel out of somewhere. The only thing he could not scrounge was a pod pack, because I guess nobody had a spare one. So what he did in true Charley fashion was he just carried this big old bag of paint. Something back in the day, cases of paint came in 2 bags of $12.50 per bag. So he was carrying around this big, hefty bag full of paintballs, and he had one pod. So when he needed to reload, he'd put the bag down, scoop, dump, put the pod back into the big bag of paint, and just keep on going. And yes, I do have videotape of this. Unfortunately, I can't get permission to use it on this, so I can't do the picture-in-picture thing. Something else about Charley, though, if he was at the event and you needed a part, odds are he had it someplace. Oh, and he had it for sale too. One other thing about Charley is that he had so much stuff, he didn't know exactly what was his and what was not his. Somebody left a gun on his table one time and he sold it. Got a good price for it, but he didn't know. So I guess the upshot of all this is, yeah, you can just show up to the event and you can just kind of, it doesn't even matter, but I will tell you this, as far as the road trip series goes, the more that you plan ahead, the more fun that you'll have. Unless, of course, you happen to be a master at scrounging. And if you are a master at scrounging, please, I implore you, make a video telling us mere mortals how to do it. Because I'm still trying to figure out how Charley managed to get an entire play kit in an hour.